Hey folks, this is the first video in a series that will be focusing on Google Apps Script's Gmail app. This series is going to be tailored to beginners. The only prereq that you have for it is a Gmail account, which will also give you access to Google Drive. I'm going to try and move swiftly and keep the focus on learning how to code. If you're interested in learning about programming fundamentals, I have a playlist on my channel page. Otherwise, we are going to begin in Google Drive in the My Drive view. The first thing that we are going to do is create a project folder. So you can do that in one of two ways. You can either select New and then create a new folder, or you can see here there is a hotkey that will do this for you. So I'm going to hit Control-C because I'm on a Mac, and I'm going to hit F. And now I will be creating a Gmail app project folder. Double click into the project folder. We're going to be working out of an unbound app script, which means that it is a standalone project file that is not directly associated with another Google Drive productivity app such as Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, etc. We're going to do that by going to the New section, scrolling down to More, and then opening up Google Apps Script. This prompt is just saying that anybody who has access to the folder that this project is stored in can edit or run the app script file. So this is important if you're developing some type of application and you don't want other people to change it or be able to run it or anything like that. It doesn't matter for me because no one else has access to this folder, so I'm going to create my script. So when you create an app script project, you're going to have some boilerplate that you see in front of us here, which is a code.js file, and then you have a function called myFunction. In order to run code in Google Apps Script, you need to have a function. So in this case, we have myFunction. We can start coding. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be creating individual files that is going to be focused on the lesson for each video. So the first thing I'm going to do is rename my project. So I'm going to call it Gmail App Lesson. You can call this whatever you want to. So the focus of this series is going to primarily be on writing and reading emails. So the first couple lessons is going to focus on sending emails. And then we are going to work through how to read emails that exist in your inbox. We're going to begin by navigating to the Files menu, and we are going to add a new script file. You can call your files whatever you want to. I'm going to call mine, so for example, I'm going to call mine a_send_email. And I'm going to hit enter, and then you can see because it's a script file, it ends in .gs. So the reason that I'm doing this is because you can order your files alphabetically. So the way that that works is that files get sorted from numbers first, capital letters second, lowercase letters third. So you can see here, even though C comes after A in the alphabet, because it is capitalized, there is no sorting that is capable to be done. But this is why I'm calling it a_send email, because I am eventually going to have a B lesson, a C lesson, and so on. I am going to remove the boilerplate code. You can keep it if you want to. And I am going to create a function called send, capital E, email. I'm going to have an open parentheses. This function is merely for compilation, which means that I'm just creating it so that I can run some code. There are not going to be any arguments. If this was a function that we plan to use in a larger project, then we might put some arguments in here so that we could input variables that execute the same code over and over again. I'm going to hit the right arrow on my keyboard. I'm going to hit space. I'm going to use curly brackets. I'm going to hit enter twice. I'm going to add 2 slashes where I will be adding a comment. So I am going to say send the email. So that's what we're going to be learning today, is the fundamental way to send an email using AppScript. So we're going to hit enter, we're going to hit tab, and we're going to use the capital G Gmail app. So JavaScript, or Google AppScript, which is a variation of JavaScript, is case sensitive. So that means that you need to have that capital G and that capital A there, or it is not going to work. We are going to use the .send capital E email method, and we're going to have open parentheses. So in AppScript, you will get hints and abbreviated documentation. So within the send email method, we have a couple arguments here. The first is going to be the recipient, and that needs to be formatted in a string. So when data types need to be formatted as a string, that means we need to have either single quotes or double quotes around them. The second argument is the subject of the email, which also needs to be formatted as a string. And then the final argument is the body. So that's going to be what we are emailing to somebody. And then down here, you can see that we have some example code. So you can see that they are sending it to mike@example.com, and the subject is current time. And then the body of the email is the time is, and then it's using some internal methods in order to get the time when the code ran. So when we hit down here, you can see that they're also showing you how to send an attachment with, using a Google Drive file. That's what we're going to be doing in the next portion of this lesson. So we are going to send an email. So we're going to hit enter within the parentheses, and I'm going to be using my email. That's the first argument. So I'm going to use single quotes, and I'm going to send this to mattbrigidi.dev@gmail.com. I'm going to hit the right arrow on my keyboard. I'm going to add a comma. So you can see each of these arguments need to be separated by a comma here. I'm going to hit enter because it's easier for me to read. I'm going to add single quotes, and I am going to say, this is how to send an email. I hit the right arrow on my keyboard. I'm going to add a comma. I'm going to hit enter. And now we are going to send an email. So I'm going to say, hello, this is the email body, regards, comma, Matt. So we're going to hit save. And now we're going to run our code. So we're going to review our permissions. This is just authorizing Google AppScript to send you email and to read your email. So this prompt that you're seeing here is just saying that Google has not verified the code that you're trying to run. So it wants to say to you, like, look, if you're not, like, if somebody gave you this code and you don't know what it does, we haven't verified that it's not malicious, but it is not malicious. So we can go to advanced, and we can go to our lesson, and you can see that this is just the name that we gave our AppScript project, and it's just saying that this project, because it's using Gmail app, has the ability to read, compose, and permanently delete all your email from Gmail. We are not going to be doing that, but it's just letting you know that that possibility exists if you allow authorization. So we're going to hit continue. We have now authorized the account, and our code completed without error. So I'm going to open up my Gmail, and you can see that I have a security alert in here from when we authorized the app, and then we also have this email that we sent with the same subject and the email body that we entered. Now, you may want to have line breaks in here. So I'm going to show you a little tip. So what you can do if you want to use just this standard, like if you don't want to use an HTML email, which is going to be another lesson in this series, what you could do is use the, I think this is the forward slash and an N, and that will add a line break. So I'm going to do 2 of these. So that will have a space, and then I'm going to add 2 of them here, and then 1 of them here. And now when I run this, we'll go back to my Gmail, and you can see we have that email again, and now there is line spacing, which is how you might type an email if you're actually working in Gmail. So sending email with AppScript is pretty straightforward. You can see that you really only need 3 lines of code in here. There are more sophisticated things that you can do that we're going to be filling out in future lessons. So if you are interested in following along, check out the playlist on my channel page. It's also linked in the description. I also have plenty of other videos about email if you are looking to do more sophisticated things. I hope you found this helpful and that you'll check out the next video in the series.